Welcome to Woods of Stardawn. This is CH. It's been a year since I started this YouTube channel, so I thought I should take a pause and review what I've done so far and what I hope to do next. I also want to use this video to share some of my thoughts and beliefs for any viewers who want to understand me better and have a better idea what to expect from this channel. First of all, thank you to all the viewers of my videos and subscribers to the channel. Your time spent in watching my videos, your positive comments, and your likes tell me there is value in what I am doing. I like funds as an investment vehicle. I've worked in the banking industry in Singapore for over 16 years, focusing on investment funds, ranging from mutual funds to ETFs to hedge funds to private equity funds and to discretionary portfolio mandates. So I think I can say I have a decent amount of knowledge in funds. But funds, as with many investment products, can be quite challenging for some investors to understand, especially when many fund documents and materials use technical jargons and financial terminologies that can be confusing to investors. As a result, some investors end up investing in funds they don't really understand, leading to bad results. In short, there is a knowledge gap between investors and the products. There were numerous times when I had to explain basic terms of a fund to a private banking client. So this is not about whether the investor is retail or sophisticated, but more about availability of knowledge. It is simply not easy for an investor to try understand an investment fund properly because either the fund doesn't provide enough information, or the information is not easy to understand, or there is information but it is not communicated properly by the banks and distributors. Since I like funds, I want the funds industry to improve and produce better performing funds, and that investors are encouraged to do more fund investments. So I decided to do my part to try reduce this knowledge gap. I don't aspire to be a one-stop shop that covers it all, but instead to just offer some starlight to guide investors through a dark night. With that in mind, I started this YouTube channel and worked on a series of Mutual Funds 101 contents, posting my first video on 12 November 2024. Being a complete noob in YouTube content creation and not exactly having an artistic flair, these videos are rather boring and obviously didn't garner much traction. As such, I decided to pause on the series after 10 videos. I will revisit and refresh this 101 series one day though, when I find a better way to deliver the contents in a more attractive manner. I decided to change my content and focus on covering one fund per video, with each video having about 20 to 30 minutes length. The intent is to provide viewers a way to get some basic understanding on a specific fund in 30 minutes or less. I posted my first video in this series on 23rd November 2024. This approach seemed to be more popular, and I was able to slowly get more views and subscribers over time. Some funds turned out much more popular than others, which is a good feedback mechanism on what worked well. I also tried to introduce some lesser known funds that look interesting. I ended up producing 61 videos in this series, called Absolutely Biased Comments. This averaged to about 5 videos produced per month, which I think should be around my max production for now. I like to think of each video I produce as planting a tree. Different people like different types of trees, but if I plant enough varieties, I will eventually grow them into a nice woods of knowledge for anyone and everyone that wants to take a break and sit under a tree in the woods and learn something useful. I hope my viewers will think the same when they visit the Woods of Stardawn. In the coming year, I plan to make refreshed and updated videos of the top 20 to 30 most popular funds based on viewership, and cover 30 to 40 new funds based on my production capacity to keep the contents in the channel fresh. I'm also thinking of some new but related contents that won't take up too much time to produce, like perhaps quick monthly performance update of the funds or occasional asset allocation ideas. Next year would be a good time to plant some flowers and other plants besides trees. I left my banking job last year for various reasons. And while thinking about what to do next, I started this YouTube channel purely on passion and as a hobby. Little did I know the hobby turned into a full-time job with no salary for the past 1 year. I didn't regret all the time and effort spent in this though, as I like what I am doing. Having no income is obviously a concern, but there is an exchange in everything, and I feel more satisfied with my life in the past year. I knew from day one that my videos will not garner tons and tons of viewers. I opted for the more boring lecture slides approach instead of the more popular talk show approach, because I believe it is more worthwhile for my viewers to see more information and details on the slides instead of watching my not so handsome face while I talk through the points. I opted to cover the sometimes more boring details instead of focusing on attractive marketing sales points, because I am not trying to promote and sell a fund, but instead I am trying to help viewers understand a fund better. And often, the important stuff are hidden in the boring details and fine prints. As a result, this channel has not grown in subscriber and viewership as fast as I wish for. But I do hope it will one day get to a stage where it can generate some income through the YouTube advertisements or whatever monetization ways it has. In the meantime, if anyone likes what I am doing and would like to explore some collaboration work, or even has a job to offer me, I am happy to discuss, and my email address is shown here. Otherwise, I am thankful again for all the continued support from the subscribers and viewers, especially those who gave the thumbs up like to my videos and share them to others that you think might find the videos useful. Last but not least, I hope the Woods of Stardawn has helped in your investment journey. May we all grow wiser and prosper in the next year.